What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite Celtics fan, Mike Miles. Welcome back to the Good Morning Let's Basketball podcast. I'm with my fellow co-hosts Victor and Kevin tonight. Unfortunately, Daniel couldn't make it. My man is going through a tough breakup right now, and he just needs some time alone. But we're going to get right into our first topic tonight. Before that, actually, I just want to reference our goal that we have for YouTube. We're looking to hit 350 subs by the end of February. If you like and enjoy the podcast, make sure to like and subscribe if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcast. We'd also appreciate the rating. It's a huge help for us. But back to the first topic, what we're going to be doing today. Me, Kevin, and Victor are going to go ahead and draft our best starting fives out of exclusively current international NBA players. There's a lot of big names here, a lot of ways this could go. And we're going to have everyone in the comments decide who has the best team. All right. I believe last time Victor was the winner of our 2017 NBA draft class redraft. So shout out Victor. He's currently the champion of our drafting competition. So we'll see if he can carry the torch for this one. But the order is going to be based off a wheel spin before the pod started. It is going to be Kevin with the first pick. I'll take the second, and Victor will take the third. So Kevin, go ahead. Who are you taking with the first overall pick?
Yeah, man. I think the first pick here is pretty simple. I'm gonna have to go with the Big Serb, NBA champion, two-time MVP. Give me Nikola Jokic at center for my squad.
All right. Looks like looks like Kev goes with Jokic. Sorry, I'm gonna write all these down so I know who's on the board still. All right. With the second pick, I'm not gonna cop out and take Joel Embiid, but I am gonna go ahead and take Giannis Antetokounmpo with my first pick for my team. A lot of versatility there. And I like it because depending on who else is available, I can move Giannis basically 1 through 4. So go ahead, Vic.
I was hoping you were going to take Embiid because I really wanted Giannis. But with the third pick, I'm going to have to take Joel Embiid, Mr. MVP. And then I get a back-to-back for a snake. So I'm going to have to take my guy, Luka Doncic, on my team.
Not enough
Obvious choice.
basketballs. Not enough basketballs for your team already, bud. All right. Looks like I am next. And you know what? Shea was born outside the US.
It's
Canadian.
Oh, Canada. That's interesting.
Yeah, our friends up north.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I think the obvious choice here is SGA. I'm gonna go Shea Gilgeous-Alexander we're gonna see if he falls at PG or SG, but right now he's gonna be my point guard. SGA.
Say no more. So, what's funny is the players 1 through 5 on the list that we're all looking at, those were the first 5 players taken, which I felt like was pretty obvious. Like, how can these first 5 guys not go? But with my next pick for my squad, kind of looking at this list, there's a shortage of guards international wise.
You're right. I was thinking the same thing.
There really is a shortage of guards. Really is a shortage of guards. But I'm really gonna need a point guard. I hate drafting a team and not having a solid point guard on the roster. So paired with Jokic, I'm gonna take another Canadian teammate, arguably the best duo in the NBA. I know this will work together. Go ahead and give me Jamal Murray.
Great pick. Great underrated pick. But you got one more.
Shit, you're right. Oh, fuck. That was...
Yeah,
Damn it!
We are snaking the draft.
We are, yeah. We did establish that numerous times. I could go absolutely huge with this squad.
I have a feeling you're gonna take who I want.
I don't know who you want. I feel like there's like a ooh.
I feel like we have the same taste. I feel like we have the same taste.
I feel like sometimes we do, but what do you
Victor,
want,
it's
man?
not who you think. I promise you it's not who you think.
Oh, no.
Because I know who you think. You
I
think I
got a
want you think I want the Zing bomb?
No,
what
that's
I
not actually
what
who I was thinking.
it's confusing because what I got so far was really kind of makes it simple. Like I have a clear cut point guard and a clear cut center. Like those guys are immobile. I guess I can move Jamal Murray to shooting guard, but I don't really want to. With the third pick for my squad, solid defender proven already. A little bit of inconsistency on the offensive end. I might switch my pick at the very last second.
Don't switch it. Dude, the suspense is
Go
actually killing me.
go ahead and give me the big man from it's gonna be Victor Wembanyama at my four. I'm going bigger.
Whoa.
I got floor spacing. I got defense in the paint with my two bigs. I got 3-point shooting. I was going with this. My backup, I wasn't too confident in their defense, and they kind of got sticky hands. I'm not gonna say who my backup was until he got picked, because one of y'all might get him. But yeah,
Well, Kevin, I'm gonna tell you you fucked up because with my third overall pick, I'm taking Lowry Markkinen.
that's not who my backup was.
I'm gonna have a straight up stretch big who can run 3 through 5. I'm gonna have the most versatile lineup in international NBA starter history.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad you didn't take the guy I wanted for my four, and that is Cat. I'm gonna take him at the four, and he's the best 3-point big we've ever seen in the game. Not Laurie Markkinen.
I didn't make that claim, but I agree with you. But Lowry Markkinen can do, in my opinion, much more.
And then for my next pick, this is where it gets interesting because, like you guys said, there's there's a lot of big men. There's absolutely not that many guards. To add some defense to this team, I'm gonna have to go OG and Anobi.
Smart. Yeah, your team could definitely use some defense, Vic. I'm not gonna lie, that was a smart move by you. Looks like I'm gonna have to go down the list here a little bit. Holy shit, bro. They were not kidding. There are like no guards that are really solid on here.
We had to get that out early.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to next. I was gonna try to get my guard, but might be a little late for that. Um, looks like I'll have to run like a more of a small forward at the two, but let's see. Ah, shit, man. Am I down bad enough to take RJ Barrett right now? Am I down bad enough for that?
Hey, you're pretty high on RJ. Don't
I w-
forget
I,
that.
I wouldn't say I'm high. I'd
You
say
got faith.
I'd say I have faith in him, yes. I think he could turn around, but Giannis, SGA, Markkinen, oof. You know what? I think that's the right choice. Yeah. All right. I'll go RJ Barrett then for my starting two.
Woo. Thank God. All right. So I got my point guard. I got my center. I got my power forward. I got a pretty big lineup. I'm going to keep it a big lineup at my shooting guard. Give me the 6'10" German Franz Wagner.
A shooting
Dude, that
guard?
was my next pick.
He plays
Damn, bro.
shooting guard, small forward. I'm telling you, bro, I got ball movement. I got people that can D up any 1 through 5. This team could be
Bro,
nasty. Franz has been playing out of his mind this year. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to the Magic
No,
like
for
that,
sure.
but I
Does he
love this
really
pick.
play the two like that? I thought he plays the four, bro.
he plays like
Paulo
the
plays the
three
4.
too.
Damn.
He
That's
plays he
interesting.
plays shooting guard small forward.
Okay. Word.
All right. So with the snake, with my last pick in the draft, do I have to pick somebody? Um, I'm needing a small forward, but just the ones that are available, they're solid, but I don't love them. I knew for a fact Victor was going to pick OG. Like I just knew it because I think every single time we have a draft, Victor picks OG. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are.
He- He's just the best
Yeah, I feel like
available.
That's facts, bro. I feel like every
Like
Victor talks about OG Anunoby the same amount that I talk about like any Celtics player. I think
Derek
he's got a
White.
soft spot. I think he's got a soft spot for OG.
Like Vic talks about OG a lot. You talk about Derek White a lot. I talk about Killian Hayes a lot, but for the complete opposite reasons.
Dude,
Okay.
I'm so high on Derek White, obviously.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm really stuck between two players here, but I feel like one is a safer pick than the other, but one has so much better potential than the other. That's the worst. That's like
Mhm.
the worst scenario you could be in. It's like what you were in with RJ and Shaden.
I
Okay.
I
still
like
can't believe
RJ
you took
though.
France, man.
You said
I
what?
kind of like RJ
I
more than
st-
Franz a little
I,
bit.
s-
Nah.
I said I still can't believe you took France from me. That was my next pick.
I'm surprised you
Bec-
thought you were gonna be able to get him, bro. That's like what, 3 picks before you get your pick?
Yeah, it
You
was
don't
it's pretty far down.
He was
you don't
definitely
need
gonna
him.
go.
You thought he was a center.
I why are you like to put words in my mouth this
All right.
podcast? You're just making shit up at this point.
All right. I have my last pick for my team. So I got Jamal Murray at my one. I'm moving Franz to the three. I
Smart.
got Wemby at the four. I got Jokic at the five. This pick right here might be a little bit of a reach. Might be a little bit of a reach. But this guy's been playing very good this year. His team's doing very well. Solid defender, very solid 3-point shooter. Can't go wrong with the guy on this team. Give me Lou Dort.
Udort fucking sucks, but yeah,
Lou
all
Dort
right.
does not suck. You picked RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett's so much better than Lou Dort, bro.
In a system, no, he's not.
You're hating, bro.
And y'all need to go check that 3-point percentage again. All right, well, my final pick, I got SGA at the one, Barrett at the two, Giannis at the three, Markkanen at the four. I'm gonna need a five to hold it down. I was thinking about getting Sabonis, but I don't like Sabonis playing in the mid range. I don't want him to clog up our offense. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the rim protector and one of the best 3-point shooting bigs that isn't Cat. I'm gonna go Porzingis. He's got more defensive versatility than most players at that size that aren't fucking superstars. So I'm gonna go Porzingis. Stretch
I
the
would say
floor.
not to sound like a not to sound like a Celtics platoon here, but I think your team's allergic to rebounds. You got two big men that average five. Criminal.
It's a good point. Can't really argue with that.
Oh my gosh, dude. I'm in between two players and it's killing me. It's
Let me
killing me.
guess. Jakob Pertl and Al Horford.
Hell no.
Solid
Hell
guess.
He's definitely gonna
no.
take Sabonis.
No. I don't need I have Cat at my four and Joel Embiid.
See, I like Sabonis, but I would never want him on my team. He had
I
26 boards
just
the other night.
I just hate where he plays, bro. Like I don't like him playing in the mid range at like the elbows.
You don't like that? You don't like a high post big?
Just not with the fit I have. Like with Giannis, like
True.
you gotta stretch for that.
For my last pick, I got Luca at the one. I'm gonna put OG at the two. At the four, I got Cat. At five, I got Embiid. And then for my last and final pick, I'm gonna get Jonathan Kuminga, the cum bucket.
I was debating him because he has so much potential to be so great, but his like on ball defense is just not there. And sometimes, like, have you ever seen his like offensive highlights where he'll have like the greatest play of the game, but then the very next play he'll have just like the ball like bounce off of his foot. He can be so good though, and I think he's gonna be really good. But he just needs like a little tune up. Maybe a new team out of the Warriors. But I don't know. I feel like all of us have pretty solid squads. This is a draft that we actually will have to run in 2K. You know, we've
Facts.
said that about other drafts in the past. This is one that I think we should sincerely considering doing. But that was the draft. Y'all comment down below who you think the best team was, and also comment down below if you think if we should run a 2K tourney. Winner gets
Let me
I don't know.
I'm just gonna run through the rosters real quick just so they can make the final vote. So Kevin at the 1, he's got Jamal Murray. At the 2, he's got, do you want Dort or Wagner at the 2?
Dort.
All right, so Murray at the 1, Dort at the 2, Franz Wagner at the 3, Wemby at the 4, and Jokic at the 5. For my team, I have SGA at the 1, RJ Barrett at the 2, Giannis at the 3, Lowry Markkanen at the 4, and Kristaps Porzingis at the 5. For Victor's team, he has, I guess this would be Luka Doncic at the 1, OG Anunoby at the 2, Jonathan Kuminga at the 3, Karl Anthony Towns at the 4, and Embiid at the 5. Let us know
The
who you
big
think
squad.
is the best.
Moving on from our draft, we are now going to get in our segment where we talk about the hottest news surrounding the NBA today. So, to kick off today's news topic, the NBA is expected to review the Sixers' decision to have Joel Embiid sit out against the Nuggets the other night. Quote by Run It Back FDTV from NBA Central. Joel Embiid didn't enter the injury report, I'm told, until 15 minutes before tip-off. And for sure, that's something the league will have to review. That's pretty interesting to me, that 15 minutes before the game, while the teams were warming up in layup lines, that's when Embiid was put on the injury report. I don't know what the rule is for the NBA, but I know for the NFL that the injury report and who's playing and who's not playing has to be announced an hour and a half before kickoff. I'm assuming the NBA is something similar. To be honest, I'm not quite sure on that. But this is quite interesting. Was he dunking Jokic?
I want to quickly bring up just a quote that Michael Malone said. He said, quote, I don't know how you go from being active to available to out. I'm sure the league will do their due diligence because that's frowned upon. And we've had situations this year where we've talked to the league and they told us if a player goes from active to out, there's going to be an investigation. So that's interesting. Michael Malone taking like a subtle shot at Embiid, saying it's frowned upon.
That's not his first time taking shots at players, though. I feel like he's done that quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but it's nice to see that, he's embracing what's clearly a problem. And to answer your question, Kevin, I think Embiid is definitely ducking Jokic. It's not fair that he can't play Jokic without having the advantage of home court. It's bullshit.
All
You
right.
know what's crazy is the Sixers played in Miami, I believe, last week, and a similar situation happened, and people are saying he was ducking Bam too. No,
I don't think
that's
he's
just
got
all
to
fun
duck
and game.
Bam.
That's what I was saying. I was like, okay, we're taking the joke a little bit too far now. But yeah, I mean, respect to Michael Malone for kind of noticing that there's a problem there. But another thing I kind of want to add is if Embiid misses, I can't remember if it's 3 more games or 5 more games, he's going to be ineligible to win the MVP award with the great season that he's having. People have voiced their opinions on that, saying it's BS, but you know, I'm a big advocator for like rules are rules. These were set in place before the season. Players knew this, fans knew this, blase, blase. But I think rightfully so, man. Like you can put up all these great stats, but if you only play 40 games in the season, which is half, and Embiid's played more than that, I don't think you should be eligible. But it'd be a shame that Embiid has this great season. His team finally seems like it has somewhat figured it out. They're playing very good throughout the regular season, and he won't be able to win the MVP award because he's not available on the floor because of silly acts like this.
I mean, it's a huge problem, but like, I agree with you. Like, the rules are set in, but I already know that once the season is over, there's going to be so many players complaining about this. And even Tyrese Halliburton, they asked him today about his thoughts, and he said that it's a stupid rule. So I know for a fact, I even said this, I think, in a couple podcasts ago, that like this is going to come into play and that people are going to complain about this. But I don't know. People are going to find this something to complain about, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, Tyrese is in a very similar situation too. He only has a handful of games to miss before he's ineligible to make any all NBA teams. But, Tyrese, I can kind of see his frustration because he slipped during a game, floor is wet. Like that sucks. But rules are
Yeah,
rules. Embiid just 15 minutes before the game, they decided like, you don't gotta play. Whatever. I
yeah.
think that speaks for itself rather than someone like having a freak injury like that. But then again, this was established and the rules are the rules. It sucks, but it just is what it is. You got to deal with it.
Makes me rethink claiming Embiid as my MVP almost, bro. I don't want to root for a soft MVP, but
Hmm.
that's crazy, bro. Like 15 minutes before the game, he decides he's not gonna play. He's
Yeah.
scared, bro. Like I don't know how you put this any different. Like
bro.
what was his
Come
reasoning for
on.
being out? Bro, what was his reasoning for being out? 15
How did
minutes
you get,
before the game? What
While the
was
teams
it?
are warming up,
Sore ankle?
bro?
Like
How
what
are you
could it
gonna
be?
say he's scared though? He literally dropped 41 last time they played them.
In Philly, bro. He hasn't played in Denver since what, 2019?
I think 2018.
Ducking.
2018, regardless, that was 5, 6 years ago.
Ducking.
And how many free throws did Embiid shoot that game in
That I
Philly?
know, yeah, that plays a part into it, but like I don't know, man. Just to say he's scared is crazy.
Dude, I mean, but like, I'm not saying he's scared of Jokic. I'm saying he is scared to play in Denver. He is
For
scared to play
what?
in Denver.
What does he have
That
to be
altitude,
scared
man.
for?
I mean,
That altitude
bro,
is no
he
joke.
can't he can't play. They're supposed to be rivals. How do you not play your rival when you don't have the upper hand? Like, how is that
During
not
Rivals Week,
during rivals week?
I agree, man. Like he should be playing, but like I don't know, just to go to stuff that he's scared to play is kind of crazy. I mean, until the NBA investigates it, I want to see what they say, and then I'll have like a better like judgment on it. But just to say he's scared, I don't know.
Amen.
my question
If
is
this was
like,
like 2 seasons, yeah. This is like 6 seasons, bro. 6 seasons deep we are now. But go ahead.
That
my question is like, what are they investigating?
That yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
Like, what's being investigated here? Like the reasoning that he sat out, is that like what they're trying to search for,
Let's get
or
bro on
is it
like a
just
lie detector test. Let's ask him. Let's ask him why aren't you playing and just give him scenarios and just see which one is the lie. Maybe that would be the preferred method of investigation for me.
is there restrictions for like if you miss a certain amount of games you can't be voted an all-star, or is it just for player awards?
I think it's just player awards
Just player awards, okay.
because
That makes sense.
yeah, because I mean, like if he was to miss a couple more, no, you know who I was thinking of players were voting on I think best player in the NBA, and Steven Adams got like 7 votes. So never mind.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo got 4 all-star votes.
Yeah, that's what it was. Was that it?
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
From
That's
other NBA players, I think that's the thing was, or like
Sorry, would you
executives or something.
would you
Giannis,
say?
Brooke, Middleton, and Pat Connaughton voted him.
Just his buddies.
That's funny as hell. But I guess just to make sure I don't take Malone's quote out of context, he also followed it up with, "I'm sure that Joel hurt his knee in the Indiana game, I guess. We watched the game, so I'm sure he's hurt." That's what he followed it up with. Had to
I
sweep
feel
it up.
like yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like halfway through he's like, "Hey, you know what? Like maybe I shouldn't like come out and publicly say this, so I'll just go ahead and say this." But even he didn't believe that because he had that "I guess" in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
guess, but I brought up all stars earlier, and like I know that the starting lineups are released, and there's some questionable picks in there, man. Dame Lillard, Eastern Conference All Star starter. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's I don't, I think it should be
That's
Jalen Brunson or someone else because fan votes play a lot into it. So that's probably why he got it.
I feel
yeah,
like it was
but
just
Stephen Curry isn't a starter for the West, and he's always up there for the most votes.
Actually, that's
yeah,
true.
that is a good
You got me
counterpoint.
there. You got me there.
Yeah,
It's a
so
great
like,
counterpoint.
but I don't. But I don't even think Steph Curry deserves to be a Western Conference starter. I'm gonna be so honest.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't think
no,
he does.
That's the right take. That's the right
So they
take.
got that conference right. Well, what's up with the East?
I'm not totally against Lillard being a starter. I just feel like it was way too little, too late. Like he just started coming alive close to All-Star break, like to kind of looking like normal Damian Lillard. Like we saw Dame Time hit that game winner the other night. But, you know, a lot of people are saying Brunson. Um, I don't see a problem with that, but personally, I'm kind of neutral on this topic, so I'm not going to try to rationalize either side. I could see both ways, but Brunson has had a longer stretch of success than Lillard has, but Lillard's on the better team, so maybe they kind of consider, oh, maybe Lillard contributes more to the number two team in the East. So I don't know what the rationalization was, um, but yeah, I'm pretty neutral on it.
No, I definitely understand your reasoning right there. It makes a lot of sense. Kind of hard to argue with that. But as far like the guards are kind of tricky with these, just because like there's low-key a lot of options that you could go with. I mean, Maxi started off the season very hot. I don't think he deserved to start in the All-Star game because he's kind of cooled off a lot since then. But he's always a name you can throw in there. I want to say Trey Young, but he gets so much hate to the point where I don't even want to deal with that. Do you hear that from people? So I'm just
His
not even going
team's
to bring
been
that up.
really bad too,
Yeah,
so
his
that
team
might
has been
be.
horrible. He's been playing very well though. He's been playing
Mhm.
very well. His defense has actually gotten a lot better too. But yeah, there's Trey Young, Hallie's already starting. There's Brunson. There's Jalen Brown even. But
Yeah,
Darius
there's a
Garland,
bunch of names.
Donovan Mitchell.
Darius Garland actually, it's been kind of unavailable this year, and even in the games he's been playing, he's been kind of underwhelming.
yeah, I would
He also
definitely
hasn't really played
root.
a lot though.
I agree. I would root against Garland this
What about
season.
is Mitchell starting or no?
No,
Mm,
Donovan Mitchell's not starting. I don't think he deserves to either. His team's not very good.
I swear
He's
Kevin
just
hates Donovan Mitchell, bro. That's another one of Kevin's list players.
I just said his team's not very good. I didn't say anything about him.
No, I mean, yeah, the
I
Cavs,
was I
the
was
Cavs are
getting there, but you
underwhelming.
cut me off. I was getting to the Donovan Mitchell hate.
Yeah, you're.
Again, it's just like another one of them seasons where Donovan Mitchell is like, yeah, he can score. What
I was
else?
just about to say that.
Like,
I was gonna be like, you're lucky you talk because I was gonna be like, well, Kevin's just gonna say, well, I mean, he could score, but he can't do much else. You just said
it's
it. I wish you let me get
because
that off, but no, I
it's
mean,
facts.
you're not wrong.
Like to me, putting up 26 or whatever points a game on 25 shots, just like cool, good for you. You should. I
Yeah,
don't know.
The Cavs definitely have been the most underwhelming team, at least in the East for me this year. I really expected a lot more for them. They're kind of in the position that I thought, like Philly is in the position that I thought the Cavs would be in this year. I thought the Cavs would really put it together, and I know some of that hinders on, um, God damn it, what's his name? Why am I blanking? Mobley. God damn, Evan Mobley. A lot of it hinders on Evan Mobley's availability and aggressiveness. And it's just not where you want it to be this season. So um yeah, I'm not against Donovan Mitchell. Just for reference, he is averaging, it looks like 28, 6, and 6 on 47% shooting. So he's got the stats for it. Um he's got the stats for it. Hey man, six
Good
assists
job,
is
D
still
Mitch.
solid.
Y'all know I can be a hater sometimes, but
No,
like,
no, we're not holding you. We need you to be a hater. It's good content.
no,
We're
yeah,
not
for
holding
sure. I
you.
mean, that's just I have uh I have high expectations for these professional basketball players that make way too much money to do their job. So like it's just I don't know. I hold these guys to a high standard. It's just how I operate. I'm kind of like what's his name? I'm like Van Gundy in a way, a younger version of him.
I should have looked closer at D Mitchell though. I didn't realize he was averaging 28.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought it
and
was
I'm
less
the
than
idiot.
that. Bro, when did I call you an idiot?
I was just fucking with you.
Bro, I swear this whole pod, bro. How many times you gonna just make shit up? When you gonna you just keep putting words in my mouth, bro. I swear. Coming at me this pod. Any final thoughts about Embiid versus Jokic before we move on to the next topic?
The banners speak for themselves. So stepping into our second topic of discussion today, I got a list of the top 10 highest selling jerseys this NBA season, 1 through 10 exact. And I'm going to see if y'all are able to guess a few of them. Some of them are kind of surprising to me. I'm not going to lie, but some of them I feel like are obvious. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the number one here. Can you guys the number one highest NBA selling jersey this season?
Mr. Fan favorite, I'm gonna have to go with Steph Curry.
I'm gonna
I
go
feel
with
like
LeBron.
It is Stephen Curry. I feel like everyone's got a Curry jersey, bro.
yeah.
Like I feel like damn near everybody. So yeah, I mean, not much to say about there. Well deserved. Warriors struggling this season, so a step a little bit, but people are gonna rock that Golden State number 30 regardless. Number two, NBA highest selling jerseys this season. This one surprised me a little bit. Y'all think you know what it is, or
I know that SGA is up there somewhere. I heard his jersey sales were going off this year. If he's not in this top
actually
10, I'll be surprised.
he's not in this top 10.
Damn. All right. Fuck what I
What?
said. Fuck what I said. For
Man,
some,
no one's trying to wear that long ass last name on the back of their jersey, bro. That
But
shit goes
people,
around like this, like the number. No one wants that.
it's a, it's the same thing with Wembenyama. But people are gonna
nah,
rock that.
bro. Y'all tripping, bro. Nikhil Alexander Walker. That's got a lot of letters too. That shit's like a U. Um,
But yeah, number two. What do y'all's guess?
LeBron.
Go LeBron.
I'm gonna have to go with this is because I know it's not Embiid. I don't think it's Jokic. Is it Luka Doncic?
Both of y'all were wrong. So to kind of just like skip ahead here, LeBron is number three
Okay.
on the list this year. Two, surprised you didn't guess this, Miles. It's your boy, Jason Tatum.
Damn. That
Damn,
is
that was my
surprising.
other guess.
I don't know
That's what
why
I'm
I didn't
saying.
guess that.
I saw this and I was like, really, Tatum? I'm gonna make sense. Like, Tatum's pretty popular.
For some reason, I just like whenever we do these, I just like cross out the Celtics. I don't know why. Even
That's a
though,
first
yeah, that's interesting. All
for
right, so we
sure.
have 1, 2, and 3, which is Curry, Tatum, and LeBron.
Yeah. Now number four here. This one surprises me, but it also doesn't. It's like a love hate 50-50. What y'all got? Western Conference player. I'll give you that.
I guess I'll just go. I'm gonna go Doncic or Jokic.
Is it D Book?
It is not Doncic, Jokic, or D Book.
That was a
It
good
is the
guess.
rookie. It is the rookie cracking in his first season in the league, top five, Wemby.
Wow. Damn, D Book was a fire guess. That made so much sense. That's
Well,
D
crazy.
Book was a really good guess.
I guess
he
since
said
what go
he said
ahead.
love hate. He said love hate, so it made me think that it was like a player people love slash hate.
I mean, just
I mean, like,
being in college, the amount of frat boys that wear like those fucking jerseys, those like D Book, the Valley jerseys, like that and the Heat jerseys, the Vice City ones. So
true.
many, bro. I would honestly guess Jimmy Butler or Tyler Hero for top jersey sales just off how many I see.
Bro, honestly, like that's not even I think that's valid. I think that's a valid statement. Like D Book was a pretty solid guess. I've seen in a numerable amount of D Book jerseys. But I just thought this one was like very surprising to me just because like yeah, Wemby's only a rookie, but it's not because like he's like it's Wemby, he's generational. Like this is like we've seen nothing like this kid. But
I saw.
moving on to
Wait, wait, wait.
go ahead.
I said I saw my first Wemby jersey in real life. That was crazy. I didn't. I didn't expect to see it so soon.
Before we move on, can I throw out like a guess of someone who I think might be in here?
Yeah, you can guess anyone 5 through 10,
Okay.
obviously.
I have two guesses and I think they might be in this top 10. And the first one is going to be Zach Levine. Is Zach Levine in the top 10?
No,
Okay.
and he shouldn't be.
Is DeMar DeRozan in the top 10?
What made you guess two Bulls players?
Yeah.
Because
That's
I
great.
know I know the Bulls fans like they live and die with this team. Like I know
They
that
do.
there's
They do.
consistently Bulls players that always crack the top 10. So I would be very surprised if there weren't this year, but it seems like there aren't. So
There's not.
that's
Respect the guess though.
that's wild to me. But all right,
I
we can
respect
we
it.
can keep going.
Is
But
Fox
what are
on
y'all
there?
feeling? What are y'all feeling? No, Fox isn't on here. What are y'all feeling for number 5?
Wait, didn't you say it already?
No, I said 4 was Wemby.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna go Ja Morant
That's a good guess. I like that guess. Ooh, 5? Is
or
it Anthony
KD.
Edwards? Oh, KD's a good one too. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna switch mine to KD.
It is not KD or John Morant. KD is 8th on the list. John Morant's not on the list. Coming in at number 5, we got Giannis.
Oh,
Damn. See, I'm trying to think outside of just like top players in the league. I'm trying to actually think jersey sales.
I don't know, man.
But
Y'all think
yeah,
it's what?
yeah, dude,
yeah, I
we
am.
are.
I'm
You
definitely
gotta
yeah,
remember
I'm
this.
a,
You
for
gotta
sure.
remember the stars, man. But coming in at number 6, y'all said his name earlier.
Just tell us.
Luka Doncic.
Okay, that's fair.
You just want me to go ahead and just rip these names out 7 through 10?
Tell us, is there one 7 through 10 that you think is questionable?
Yeah, I think there is.
How many?
1.
Okay, let's try to guess that one.
And what
It's
spot
number
is he?
9. Number 9.
All right,
Questionable.
I'm gonna Vic. You want to do like 3 guesses each? See if we can crack it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go. I am going to go Lillard, Clay, or Jalen Brown are going to be those my 3.
The only player that you named that's in the top 10 is Lillard at number 10.
All right, fair.
Okay. I'm gonna go Paul George, uh, Jalen Brunson, and Jimmy Butler.
Those are 3 pretty solid guesses, but incorrect. Number 9 is Tyrese Maxey.
What?
Damn.
That's what I'm saying.
I almost threw Jordan Poole as a guess as well. But
Jordan
yeah,
Poole. I wouldn't hate that guess for sure. But going through the other players we did name, established that Damian Lillard is number 10. I think rightfully so, you know. It's the first time that he's been in a New Jersey for a decade and a half, it seems like. But 7 and 8 were D Book and KD.
oh shit. Okay.
People love those Suns jerseys, man. Especially they brought back the vintage ones this year.
Yeah.
The white ones. Those are hard.
I'm surprised there's no Heat. Heat usually sell so many jerseys. Maybe that's just a where we're from thing though. Like it's interesting because obviously a lot of
That
people love Jimmy Butler up here. So
That's true. That could be a thing of where we're from. Jesus, I can't speak. But I've seen a lot of people rock the El Valley jerseys, El Valle, the Suns jerseys, the purple ones
yeah.
for the in-season tournament, I believe. I like those a lot, but the Suns jerseys like sometimes can be way too colorful. Same with the Heat.
I just want to throw, just while we're on the topic of jerseys, I just want to throw out this random topic. One jersey that I really, really miss is the Utah Jazz jerseys that went from like yellow to red. You know what I'm talking about?
Dude,
Those were hard as
Oh
fuck.
yeah, those were nice.
are
I miss
y'all
those, bro.
playing with me right now? I think I'm the only person on this earth that thinks those were trash.
Damn. It
You know
was the
those
Jazz, right? It was the
it
Yeah,
Jazz.
the
it
Jazz.
was the Jazz. Bro, you know what those jerseys remind me of?
What?
You know when you go to B-Dubs and you order in your wing sauce and they got like the levels on the side of the menu?
Yeah, I
That's
guess
what that shit looked like.
it really
I,
isn't
I
like
always thought those jerseys. I always thought those jerseys were sorry as hell, bro. And everyone thought it was crazy. And apparently, everyone still think. Apparently, everyone still thinks that. I hated those, dude.
damn.
It looked like the
That's
heat meter
crazy.
at B-Dubs, bro.
No,
That's funny. So
that's a great comparison.
I know. I'm the
one
only one that sees it.
what I want to say is like I'm glad you brought up the Utah Jazz because I've been wanting to say this. I think the Jazz have had one of the worst rebrands in NBA history. Their new logo, their new jerseys are garbage. I don't know who thought that this was a good idea because they messed up that franchise's like jerseys and everything.
Yeah, I just
It
don't I hate the modern looks, bro. The modern simplicity looks. It's
Yeah.
like so dumb. It's like,
no,
dude,
these black and yellow jerseys are terrible. There's nothing
are,
Horrible.
on them.
are those the ones that just say like Utah on them on the
They
front?
no, they just say Jazz. They don't even have the logo.
I say, yeah, the Jazz definitely went in the wrong direction. I personally like hate their color scheme to begin with when it was like blue and yellow. Now it's like yellow and black.
Hey, but they're vintage jerseys, the purple ones with the mountain range on them.
Oh yeah, those are fire.
Yeah,
Tough. Those are very tough. What happened though? Why'd they go away from those?
I guess like the rationale is those the jerseys with like the big ass graphics on them and like the really like the Toronto Raptors dinosaur, for example, like that big ass dinosaur, like apparently that is considered outdated and the modern
Really?
simplistic style is more in date. That's kind of the reasoning for that.
that's because
I
Gen
definitely.
Z is like more simplistic and stuff like that. That's why they're probably going that route.
That is a. It's a very intellectual take. Makes a lot of sense though. But what I'm kind of confused on is like what you said, like the vintage jerseys, like they were very big on like big images and stuff. You
Mhm.
know, only 3 years ago, like even still now, like with modern day fashion, like graphic tees are very popping, which is like big images on the front of the t-shirt
Facts.
and hella shit on the back too. It just looks garbage. Like I would have felt like people like the big logos on the jerseys. Like the
Um,
simple jerseys, they just kind of look like high school and college jerseys now.
True. I
Ah man, I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather rock a high school jersey than these Utah Jazz jerseys. These Utah Jazz jerseys are terrible.
yeah.
They're not my favorite.
No, these are the
Um,
worst in NBA history. I'm gonna say that.
he's
Damn,
passionate,
dude.
bro. He's
Like I'm
passionate
serious.
about it.
Like
It's not even. If we didn't
Holy.
start laughing, he would not have been smiling right now. He would have had a straight look on his face. This is funny.
um, I do want to say that just while we're on the topic, a couple other rebrands that I really fucking hate that aren't as bad as the Jazz, but are pretty close. Number one is the Hawks. I still hate all the rebranded Hawks stuff, especially when they went with that checker print all those years ago. And low key, bro, low key contender for worst rebrand is heading towards the Nets. The Nets stuff has not been good lately. Like it's been pretty shitty. Like their city jerseys, like the blue ones, the paint ones, like the Bed-Stuy jerseys. Like I don't mess with those. I don't mess with those at all.
Yeah. To go slightly off topic for like a quick second, then we're gonna get back to jerseys. Speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, Ben Simmons made his comeback yesterday. 10 points, 5 of 5, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. He's back. 38 games missed. In 18 minutes, he put that up. Show some love to the mascot of the channel.
Welcome back, Ben. Welcome back,
Hell
Lit,
yeah.
bro. I'm telling you. Welcome back, Ben. Bro,
100%
I'm here for Ben, bro. I support him 100%. He's never done that ever. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 of 5 shooting in only 18 minutes.
That's actually insane. That's actually
That
crazy.
isn't. That's fucking crazy. Like, I
Fuck,
was like,
bro.
what?
Everybody spam GMLB pod and Ben Simmons comments to get him on the pod.
Dude, we've been
Please.
rooting for him. Actually, we've been
Dude.
doing the complete opposite of rooting for him, but now we're rooting for
No,
him.
we have not. We've been rooting
Yeah,
for him forever. At least I
we've
have.
been rooting for him.
He's in our banner.
I
I'm
mean,
not
yeah,
gonna put a.
he's
I'm
definitely
not
our
putting.
mascot.
I ain't putting a bum in the banner.
All right, this is news to me that we're suddenly Ben Simmons supporters. Not saying I
No,
was
We've always
not
been.
a supporter,
yeah.
but I didn't know we were rooting for him this hard. All right, fuck it. From here on out,
No,
we are full on 100% rooting for Ben Simmons. From here on out, anyone who subscribes to this channel, if you don't mess with Ben Simmons, we appreciate the love, but you're a casual. Love Ben Simmons. All
Slightly
right.
back to the jerseys though. Miles, do you think Boston could use a rebrand?
All right.
A little
So
bit, a little bit.
okay, here's my opinion on that. I'm glad you asked because their last two city jerseys I have really messed with. I
The all
really
black is tough.
uh, okay, those are their alternates, but yes, I agree
Oh
with that.
yeah, facts.
So, do you remember last year it was the dark green jerseys? You remember the dark green ones? They were like
The
forest
yellow.
green. Um, yeah, they were like dark green and black mainly, but they were pretty dope. They had some yellow hints on them. This year they have the whites. Are they green or white? I believe they're whites. The white city jersey with the hardwood stripe on the side. I feel like they're going in the right direction city jersey wise. Um, but yeah, they're very simplistic. If there's one team in the league that's going to keep the classical look though, it should be the Celtics. So I'm okay with it. So if the city jersey's all right, I can mess with it. I can mess
But
with it.
even the Knicks haven't changed up their home jerseys in a very long time too.
That's true.
Y'all are
It's
The
like
forgetting
Knicks are up
about
there.
y'all are forgetting about the Bulls too. They've never even changed their logo. Talking about
Never ever.
jerseys.
dude, those black Bulls jerseys with the red pinstripes though were hard, bro.
Crazy.
Those were crazy.
Those were fire. It's just unfortunate that it's the Bulls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think like the most basic jersey in the NBA is the Celtics white jerseys though. Like I hate when they wear the white jerseys. Like I fucking hate when they put those on because I'm like, damn, bro. Like this is so lame. But I like the
I,
classic green ones.
even though I have a green Celtics Tatum jersey, I do like the white better.
Wow.
I know
Wow.
that's I know that's not your taste, but
Um, I guess I will say I really miss obviously we all miss Christmas jerseys, but I really miss the Boston St. Patrick's Day jerseys, bro. Because if there's one team that could pull that off, it's the Celtics, bro. Like that jersey was so sick. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? They're green and the letters are tan. They're like beige, dark beigeish
Yeah.
brown, gold almost. Those were hard, bro. I miss those shit so much.
I think there was this one Celtics jersey. I think it was a Celtics. Let me double check real quick, but I really liked them for some reason. It was like during the Jersey era, the
Don't
t-shirt
tell me
jersey
they were the
era.
gray ones. Don't tell me they were the gray ones,
It
bro.
was the gray ones, bro. I had those in my team. I thought they were so sick. I don't know why. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was a big fan of the jerseys.
I
I don't know
was
why. I
too.
just love them.
You said okay, I like the jerseys. You said you hate those Utah ones I brought up, bro. I think the gray jerseys that the Celtics had were like one of the worst ever. One of the worst ever, period. They were awful.
That's
Trash.
where that's just where it tastes different. Were they worse than the Hickory jerseys though
Dude,
for Indiana? No, they weren't.
I
No, they
like
weren't.
fuck
those.
No,
with
no, no,
them.
no,
I
no, no,
like
no, no, no.
those, bro.
Yeah,
I like
those were
those.
good,
Oh my
bro. You're
god,
tripping.
you guys are crazy.
Yeah, I like those. I like the maroon and yellow color scheme. One thing I didn't like though, I didn't like the yellow shorts. I like when they like traditionalized them the next couple years and made the shorts red too. They like made a match. When it was
Dude,
red
Yellow
those
jersey, yellow
shorts.
shorts, those
yellow
were a
shorts were
little.
hard.
No, the shorts were trash. Those and one ash shorts they wore, bro, with those jerseys were tragic.
They were
Tragic.
they weren't even like and one shirts or shorts. They reminded me of like those bibs in middle school. You remember? You know what I'm talking about when we would
The
wear them.
pennies,
Yes, the panties, bro.
pennies. That's really funny. That's what the jersey reminds me of. Also, wait, are those gray Celtics jerseys better than the trash bag Wizards jerseys? The gold?
I like those, bro. I swear
Like
I like those. I swear I like them. Golden black, bro. How do you go wrong with golden black? Like
I
that
don't know.
looks
I
sick.
The
I think
Wizards
they
somehow
messed them
managed to
up.
do it.
Yeah,
You know, we were talking about Boston jerseys. I think we can all agree that do you guys remember this was a couple seasons ago, the Boston Celtics city jerseys, and they were called the Banners. And they just said Boston Celtics with the number to look like a championship banner. They were white. Do you remember which ones I'm talking about? Fucking
No,
trash. If y'all have an
I don't
extra
remember this.
tab open, look up Celtics banner jerseys and they'll come up.
I'm gonna
I
pull it
need
up on my
y'all
phone.
I need y'all to look at these real quick.
I've never heard of these.
Yeah, they wore them uh 3 years ago. So that would be what, 2020 during COVID.
Oh, what the hell?
These were their
You're,
city jerseys.
you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
I remember these.
Trash.
yeah.
Trash.
These are bad, bro. These are
That
horrible.
that is one jersey I think like everyone can agree is
Dude,
fucking
Yeah.
trash.
They look like
these,
practice
right?
jerseys.
Does it say Boston Celtics?
Yeah, I don't know why my
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
the line. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
those.
These are garbage.
It's funny. I
Yeah, Vic's right about the practice jersey look. That is trash, bro.
I met someone at the bar. He had that jersey. He had that jersey on. I was like, bro, you spent money on this jersey. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm more
Full
confused on. I'm more confused. When the hell did you go to the bar?
um let's move on to the next topic.
Where was I? Bro went out and didn't tell me. Crazy.
If you made it this far into the podcast, make sure to like and subscribe to show your support. We're aiming for 2,000 subs by the end of the year and 350 by the end of February. If you enjoy the content and you're on Apple or Spotify, make sure to rate the podcast as always, and we'll get right back into it.
Okay. So if you guys tuned into last week's episode, if you remember in the outro, we stated that in today's episode that we were going to debate the top of the Western Conference being who is better between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that is how we're going to wrap up today's episode, debating on who is better between these two very young, very talented teams. I'm going to go ahead and start off here and kind of give my perspective on knowledge of this. So at the time of this recording, last night, the Minnesota Timberwolves played in Oklahoma City and they took the win over the Thunder 107 to 101. Now, one thing I realized in this game and past Thunder games that I have watched is that in crunch time, the Thunder rely so much on Shea to bail them out. Clearly, he is their best player, and they have a lot of young, talented players behind them. But I mentioned in previous discussions, that we've had off camera, that the Thunder don't have that second guy to whom they can go to because the
Yeah.
team is so young. It's not Chet. 4 points last night, by the
It
way.
can't be a
Sick.
rookie. It can't be a rookie, Vic.
It cannot be
It
a
can't
rookie
be a
in the
rookie
playoffs.
who missed a whole season because he got stepped on. Come on, man.
Sure. Anyways,
He's getting
the
there to that
Thunder,
second option.
the Thunder,
J-Dub is
Thunder-
definitely that.
the Thunder lack that second player. J-Dub can become that option, but I think everyone around him and even him included, they're still too young to make a very solid push into the playoffs. Also, the Thunder are very weak down low and with their bigs. They don't have any true centers on this team. Not one. Their biggest player is Chet, who's a true power forward. Yes, he plays center for them. But even off of the bench, their only center off of the bench is I'm trying to figure out his name here
Jalen
because I've
Williams.
honestly never heard of him. No. It's Oliver Sarr, who
Yeah, but
DNP'd last night.
Jalen Williams is typically their backup center that comes in.
But
The bad one.
the bad Jalen Williams is 6'8", and when he got drafted, they were showing his charge highlights. So if that's your backup center, go ahead. Don't
He
sit here and
actually-
tell me Chargers are good and they can turn over the game. Blase. I don't care. They don't put points on the board. They don't do anything.
He does.
I-
He does currently lead the NBA in charges.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
think
throw that out.
I think the
What'd I
Thunder
just
do
say?
as well as a team.
Okay. But
But-
another thing that I noticed with the game last night is when on offense, last night specifically, I haven't really paid attention to previous games, but whoever Chet was guarding on defense, whichever big man, whether it was Cat or Rudy Gobert, that big man would post up and just make a move on Chet. I saw Rudy Gobert make 3 post moves on Chet and score. Rudy Gobert.
I want to add
Literally
that
just
even the announcer was like a rare offensive post up for Rudy Gobert after like the second
exactly.
or third dunk.
yeah.
right.
The first play, I believe his first bucket of the game, he grabbed it or he caught the ball in the post. one dribble back down, did a nice, actually a pretty half decent spin, bodied Chet out the way and got a dunk, and he got a clutch bucket on Chet late in the game. The Minnesota Timberwolves are too big for the Thunder if they were to meet into the playoffs. They run a 2 center starting lineup, and they have Naz Reid off the bench, who is a very solid 3-point shooter. He hit 3 of 5 threes last night and has been shooting very well from three throughout the season. I believe that the Timberwolves have a dog in them in Anthony Edwards. The Thunder do also, but the Timberwolves also have that second guy on their team too, in Karl Anthony Towns, who just put up 60 the other day. So if you want to sit here and talk all the trash on Karl Anthony Towns, we're going to go ahead and debunk that. Because Karl Anthony Towns is good and we talk shit.
Let's hear Vic. Let's hear, what do you got to say about the Thunder, Victor? Because we know you're a huge Thunder fan. We know Kevin is a huge Wolves fan. I am typically more towards the Wolves, but I could see both sides. I'll go ahead and moderate and pitch in what I need to pitch in. But Victor, I know you came prepared with the stats. So go ahead. What you got for us?
No. Bro, one thing about this Thunder team is, I'm going to sit here till I'm blue in the face telling you guys this, is that these guys are locked in, all right? They're going to be a top seed in the West, and they're going to be a young team that's going to be dominant in the league for years to come. I think that they have so much of a better offense than the Timberwolves. You watch them play, they have a better ball movement. They can like score the ball multiple ways. I really like that mid post action that they have with Giddy. They can find ways to score with that play that they have. These guys are locked in. Very good chemistry. I think they have the best chemistry in the NBA that I've seen this season. You see their post game interviews. They're having like fun interviews and stuff like that. Everything they have is, I think, better than the Timberwolves besides rebounding and the big men. That's where I'll say the Timberwolves have them beat. Adding Chet to this team has gave them so much better defense, because last season they were ranked 12th in defensive rating. Now this season they are, I believe they are, hold on, they're 4th in defensive rating this season. So they've improved so much better defensively, and they got a second best. Wait, no.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are number one. So go ahead and tell me where the Thunder are, because I know it ain't better.
Okay, and there's like the Timberwolves are like 17th best offense in the NBA.
You know who's the best offense? The Pacers. 19th. You think they're going to be contenders?
No, but like I'm saying, like you still have to have a good mix of offense and defense, and the Thunder have a much better of that than the Timberwolves do.
The Timberwolves are so much more disciplined on the offensive end than the Thunder are, though. Like, I've seen a lot of Thunder games where after one pass, a shot was up, and it was sometimes a pretty bad shot. If Shea doesn't have the ball in his hands, I'm not going to lie, he just stands there. Shea's a great player, don't get me wrong. Very good one-on-one player. Doesn't miss from the mid-range, period. But if you can't do anything off the ball, I don't really like your value. I believe that the Timberwolves are a lot better coach. A lot better what?
They have a lot better ball movement than the Timberwolves.
I don't believe so. That's not the take I was making right there. I'm talking about the offensive discipline. This team is young and they're still learning, average age of 22. When they play a team full of veterans in the playoffs and the veterans put their new shoes on and they stretch a little bit more and they try a little bit more in the playoffs, I just really don't see this team making the conference finals. I don't really see the Timberwolves making the conference finals either. That's not the point I'm making here at all. But I feel like the Timberwolves definitely have a lot better of a chance because, like you said, like, I don't necessarily agree with what you said earlier about the one thing that the Timberwolves have better than the Thunder are bigs and rebounding, but that can be a decider for a series is the glass and how well your bigs can perform when they're at an advantage. That can be a sole decider for series, and it has been deciders for a lot of series that we have seen in the past.
I mean, that's true. I mean, like I said, that's like I think the only a couple, actually, third thing too is their experience in the playoffs. They don't have that much. But I think Shea, like with the season he's having, like he could definitely lead them to not. I'm not gonna say like a deep playoff run, but I think they could get at least to the second round. Like he's
Oh,
averaging
I
31.
definitely think they'll. I definitely think they'll make the second round. If they don't, then it's a fraudulent season, and then my point's proven
I just want to say
simply off that.
I think that the Wolves are just much deeper. I think they have way more bench guys. Obviously, the Thunder are extremely young, but one point that I want to make is when it comes down to playoffs, as you know, I was watching the game last night, Wolves versus Thunder, and so much of the Thunder offense in crunch time relied on Aaron Wiggins, relied on Kenrich Williams hitting threes, relied on just guys that you can't I'm not convinced you can count on in the playoffs
Dude,
to knock down shots.
they're averaging the most wide open threes in the NBA right now. You're bound to make them if you're getting that many wide open looks. So,
Are
and
you
then
though?
I'm
another thing too is like, dude, Kyle Anderson, I could make a faster sandwich than he could shoot a three.
But Kyle Anderson does so many other things too. Kyle Anderson is a much better defender than most of the Thunder bench. He's a much better facilitator, better passer. Kyle Anderson is a really solid player. If there's one guy you're going to go after on this roster, I don't think it should be Kyle Anderson. Also, we saw them win without Mike Conley, and the Thunder did just lose to the Pistons. Not saying
Series is
that's
2-2.
they also gave the Pistons their fifth win. Not saying that holds a ton of weight, but not a good look playing at full strength, losing to the Pistons without Cade Cunningham.
The Pistons might be better than the Hornets. And the
Okay. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I like both your takes. I think the Thunder for sure have much better ball movement, but there's so many guys on this team that just don't have fuck playoff experience because obviously the Wolves have a slightly more playoff experience, but it's so close that I'm not sure it matters too much. But we have players on the Wolves that have just been in the league so much longer, just league vets. And these are guys who, when it comes down to big moments, they have a much better shot of knocking down clutch shots, shots that matter. They're going to convert, they're going to finish plays. When the Thunder get to the playoffs, this is a subjective take, but I really don't see anyone outside of the starters knocking down shots, especially in a playoff atmosphere. And just looking at, like, you could talk about the ball movement all you want, but if they can't finish the plays, it's going to be really hard for them to be successful in the playoffs. And that's why I think just having like Naz Reid off the bench, having Kyle Anderson off the bench, eventually it's going to be Nikhil Alexander Walker, but he's still a pretty young guy. But having those guys off the bench, Shake Milton, it makes me feel much better about their ability to finish plays. That's a huge thing for me. I just think the Thunder are way too inexperienced because I'm going to judge which team is better based off who's going to perform better in the playoffs. Regular season, any team could be anyone. That's the kind of versatile league we're in. But when it comes to playoffs, I'm not convinced that these Thunder role players it's gonna take a couple years before they're gonna be reliable in that aspect to me.
boys are
And
locked in.
you could say they're locked in all they want, but we've never seen them. We've never seen them play in the playoffs. This is the first season we've seen a lot of these players, bro, like actually have solid roles on this team. Did you know who any of these guys were last year? Be honest.
Yeah, a
Did you know
couple.
who
Yeah, it's tough.
Aaron Wiggins, Kenrich Williams, Casey Wallace? Casey Wallace is a
Kenrich
rookie, so
Williams, yeah.
but like I'm saying, bro, we really have no idea how this team is going to play in the playoffs. These guys are super young. I just like the experience of the Timberwolves a little more, and that's why I think they'll go farther. I'm just saying they could be locked in all
It's
they
just the
want, but
facts,
like
bro.
I'm a perfectly okay with gut feelings. You have those gut feelings. We live in a polar league. There's a polar system. Any team could beat any team, as I said. But like when it comes down to playoffs, it becomes a lot less polar. That's when the teams with experience are going to kick ass. That's why the Lakers were in the Western Conference Finals last year as a 7 seed. They kicked everyone's ass. Obviously, they got the shit beat out of them by Denver, but that's the eventual champ, you know. And it's just, I just don't see the Thunder going far. I have a lot of respect for the Thunder. I don't have faith in Lou Dort. I don't have faith in Josh Giddey. It's just really hard. I do like Jalen Williams. I think if there's one guy who can step up in the playoffs, it's going to be Williams. And I like Chet. I just don't think Chet's a rookie, bro. Like he cannot be your rock yet. He can't be the rock of your defense yet. I love Chet, but in the playoffs, man, it's his first playoffs. Like, how are you gonna have this guy be your rock? Like, you can't rely on
I
Chet
don't
too much.
I don't even think Chet's the best defender in the starting lineup right now. He can't.
It's
He's not out
not.
there
It's
guarding anybody on the perimeter. Like shit, even in the paint, he had trouble guarding people. When they play teams, like say if they match up against the Lakers in the playoffs, this Thunder team is screwed.
Oh
Chet
yeah,
is not guarding AD. They have no one in the starting lineup that can guard LeBron. On top of the other players that have a lot of experience. Like this team is going to be pretty damn good in a few years. They're already pretty damn good,
and then they have picks
but
too on top of it. They're gonna be good forever.
not forever. But you
I
know,
just think
they're going to be good in a for years to come in a few years. But right now, I just don't see them better than a Timberwolves team who's much older, who's much more disciplined, and can possibly perform better in the playoffs. You know,
I don't
experience
know.
speaks. Experience is a lot. And you can say it like you said, bro. Like I like
No, I
my
understand,
Miles said
bro.
it himself. Gut feelings, gut feeling. You're gonna rock with that, and I respect it. But you know, you're just wrong. No, I'm just fucking.
it's dude, just like I compare Jaden McDaniels a lot to Lou Dort because they're both those lockdown defenders who stretch the floor. But like to me, Jaden McDaniels is just so much more versatile. Like he'll win more matchups than Lou Dort will.
He's a lot bigger
And
too.
I just, dude, like Jaden McDaniels, I will dick ride Jaden McDaniels until the day I die. Because bro, watching this guy play defense is nuts. This guy
He's
is
everywhere.
locks, and bro, he's such a big part for them. Like it's just like I don't know, man. I just think the Wolves are deeper. I can't say they're more playoff experience because it's so neck and neck, but that's my biggest feeling is I just like having guys who I know can knock down shots. I like that a lot more than having guys like Aaron Wiggins, Cason Wallace, Kenrich Williams, Jalen Williams, the bat. He's not bad. Let's get that out of the way. That second Jalen Williams isn't bad. He's just not as good as the J Dub. So back up Jalen Williams. Like, man, it's just hard. It's hard. Because,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
they
right,
move the
Miles.
ball.
Yeah, you're right. Had ass. We'll see once the Western Conference playoffs play apart, and you guys are gonna look back at this and see that I'm right.
You're not even confident that yourself. It took you 5 minutes to get that statement out. Do you know how I know? First off, do you know how I know that this was a very successful debate from all three of us? Did any of us here mention Anthony Edwards or Shea?
No, it was all
You guys
team
Because
mentioned
it's
ball.
Shea.
because it's deeper than that. But a lot of people argue that when they argue when it comes to the differences between these two teams. Now Ant's better. Everyone knows that. He's more of a dog. He doesn't get the calls that Shea gets. I'm on his side.
Bro,
I'm
come
rocking with
on.
Kermit Wilts. But
Come
like
on.
I'm just
Bro,
trolling here.
Shea's just a
But
fucking behind the back fucking merchant, bro. He's a snatchback merchant. Fuck that. Fuck that pussy shit.
Shea is so much better, bro.
he isn't so much better.
Okay, I shouldn't say that, but like, I don't know. I think
Anthony
he's
Edwards knows what to do. Anthony Edwards knows what to do off the ball and plays better defense. A lot more
better
athletic.
defense.
I'd say
Shea's
they're even on D. I'd say they're
I think Anthony Edwards can guard better players.
yeah, I think
And
Ant is
and
much more versatile.
Anthony Edwards is younger, he's shorter, he weighs more. This dude has it all over Shea.
Way more athletic.
whoa.
Ton more athletic. He's a better 3-point shooter. That one's a little rocky.
Doesn't.
I don't really trust
Yeah.
either of them to hit a game-winning three.
Uh,
But I'm just gonna go with Ant just because.
that mid range is deadly. That's all I'm gonna say. I think that he was averaging like 81% or some shit from a certain spot.
I'm telling
I
you,
don't.
Vic,
I
when he
think
gets to the playoffs, that shit is going to be locked, bro. They are going to shut that down. That is the worst shot in basketball. That can't be the primary source of offense in the playoffs. They're going to shut that down.
We'll see.
Anthony Edwards is better than Shea. The Timberwolves are better than the Thunder. These teams probably won't meet in the playoffs. They'll probably both get bounced second round if we're being realistic. But, only time will tell. Literally only time will tell.
I
Only thing we
think
can do right now is talk about it.
I think Shea is the better individual player, but I think the Wolves are a better team.
And that's gonna be an end of Good Morning Let's Basketball. Comment below who you think is better, Thunder or the Timberwolves, and we'll catch you guys next week.